I'm Michael Mallinson and I'm president of the Canadian Spondylitis Association.
Spondylitis. I don't know a lot about spondylitis. What is spondylitis?
It's a form of arthritis, one of the many forms of arthritis. It specifically attacks the spine.
What I've heard is that, and I've heard this over and over, is that arthritis is a woman's disease. So do more women get spondylitis than men?
Not that we know of. When I was first diagnosed, I was told that roughly 5 men had it for every 1 woman. In fact, I think it was the case that women were underdiagnosed. It's more like a 3-to-1 or maybe even 2-to-1, maybe even 1-to-1 relationship as time progresses.
How many types of arthritis are there, and what is the prevalence of spondylitis in Canada?
There's 100 forms of arthritis. Spondyloarthritis is one of those forms, and it covers 5 disease groups, if you like, of which ankylosing spondylitis is the most common. It has been underdiagnosed for many years, and the prevalence now is understood to be about 1% of the general population.
1% doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually represents a large number when it comes to chronic disease.
It does indeed. In a country with 34 million people, 1% is 340,000, so it's a lot of people.
What is the state of research into cures or treatments for spondylitis in Canada?
Well, there is a group called the Spondyloarthritis Research Consortium of Canada, or SPARC for short, and they're one of the premier research groups in the world looking at the cause of and a possible cure for the spondyloarthritis diseases. They're very active and they are discovering things as we speak. A few years ago, it was thought that only 1 gene was implicated, but now we know that there's probably as many as 14, 17 genes that are implicated in the disease.
I always hear people talk about the myths of arthritis and the need to bust those myths. As a person living with arthritis, what's one myth that you would like to see busted?
The myth is that arthritis is the old lady with the gnarly hands, and it just isn't true. Arthritis can strike people at any age, and spondyloarthritis can strike people in their teens. I know of people who've been bedridden or wheelchair bound by the time they're 20 or so. So it's a complete myth that it's an old person's disease.